Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the 100th episode of Basics with Babish. Sort of. We lost count around episode 50. This might be like episode 102. It's the 100th episode of Basics with Babish, and it is a special one because we shot this back in 2019 when we were joined by the immensely talented Floyd Cardoz. Floyd sadly passed away last year from complications due to COVID. So we weren't sure if we were going to share this episode, but we spoke with Floyd's wonderful family. Not only did they want us to publish the episode and share his incredible knowledge and passion for teaching, but they wanted us to share his spice line that he curated with single origin spice maker, burlap and barrel before he left us. And this effort was continued on his behalf by his wife after he passed away. And I think that's such an incredible way for your legacy to live on in flavor, literally. So check it out. The link is in the video description below. And another thing that Floyd cared a great deal about is giving back. So $1 from every jar sold goes to some of his favorite charities, like Cookies for Kids Cancer. So check it out. I hope you guys enjoy the episode. And Floyd, thank you so much for sharing your kindness and your knowledge with us. Hey guys, my buddy Floyd Cardoz is back. Last time he was showing us how to make a few basic Indian breads. This time, what are we getting into, Floyd?
This time we're going to do 2 curries and a raita, which is an accompaniment to Indian food. You're going to do makhani and rogan josh, and we're going to do a cucumber raita.
Sounds good to me. Let's get down to basics. So, Floyd, when I say curry to most Americans, they think of a singular flavor and a singular dish. Where's the disconnect there?
So, one of my hated ingredients is curry powder, because most people associate curries with that powder.
Yeah.
So India has multiple states, and every state has different curries. So basically a curry is any sauce with spice in it. And every family has a different recipe for the same dish. Every religious group has a different recipe. Every state has different recipes. So you multiply that into geographical regions, you get thousands of curries. So a curry can be eaten with rice, or it can be eaten with naan, or it can be with bread. You could eat a curry with anything that you want, but a curry typically can have from 2 to 15 spices. It doesn't have to have this spice or that spice. It's just a blend of spices. In Indian curries, there's always some kind of acid in there to balance out that. There's always heat in there. And the heat level varies from very mild to very spicy. So it all depends on which part of the country you're from. From the south of India, most of the curries are spicier. The north of India, they're milder, a little gentle with the spices, but they're very complex. They're always very complex.
Yeah.
And you don't, like I said earlier, you don't have to eat it with bread. You can eat it with rice, you can eat it with anything that you want.
Obviously, there's a lot of misunderstanding with Indian food in the States. We think of it as a very sort of locked-in flavors, almost like Mexican food. We think that it's the same 5 ingredients repurposed in different shapes. So for people who are used to, working with the few spices that they have in their cupboard, we're working with some spices today that they've probably not even heard of or have access to. What do you recommend for people who want to be a little bit more adventurous in their Indian cuisine, either eating it or preparing it?
So you could have 6 spices, and if you change the proportion to how you're using them, you could change your curry. You could have 6 spices, you can cook them differently, you can toast some, you can grind some, you can blend some, sweat some in there. It'll change the flavor of the curry. So it doesn't need to be 20 different spices, it doesn't need to be 30 different spices, but it's the way you treat them. And that's what the fun part of the Indian food is.
Gotcha. Okay, well, let's get to making some. Let's make some.
So we're gonna make makhani sauce. So makhani means butter. It's basically a tomato sauce with a few spices, cumin, black pepper, turmeric, and you blend it all together and you bring it up on a stove and you let it simmer and you finish it with the butter and cream.
Is this butter chicken then?
This is butter chicken, yes.
Cool.
And we're gonna add it to the pot. We're gonna add quarter water to it. We're gonna add our spices.
There's turmeric and chili powder. How much salt?
I just do it by taste, but
That's the way.
about a third of a cup of honey. And we're gonna wait till it comes up. We're gonna add the butter.
Just let it melt down.
Let it melt down by stirring it.
Now, how's the butter going to emulsify in the sauce? Is it just
It
sort of
will.
naturally?
It does, in the cream.
Okay. That looks so nice on the overhead.
And if you want to make it thicker, you can add less water to it.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's ready to go.
Next up, cucumber raita. First, we mise out some finely chopped jalapeno and grated cucumber that will be added to our primary player, yogurt.
So this is what I love doing with yogurt. Every time I open a container, it always has the stony feel. It always has a layer of cream on top. Ooh. I always like to steal a spoon.
Right here. Gotta get it nice and smooth, of course. You want me to start folding it together? To complete the raita, Floyd grinds 3 tablespoons of freshly toasted cumin and adds it along with a bit of chopped serrano pepper and 2 hefty pinches of salt. Our final curry is Rogan Josh. We start by blending some garlic into a paste and roughly chopping 3 shallots, before starting on our spice paste, for which Floyd combines ground fennel and ginger, before incorporating some delicious backstory.
So this is a dish from the north of India, and it's a very cold place, and dry ginger is very heaty. So this dish is made with that heaty dried ginger, so it kind of helps with keeping the body warm.
Yeah.
1 teaspoon turmeric.
Is that everything?
It's chili powder.
Oh, chili.
So I need 6 tablespoons.
6 tablespoons.
Yeah.
You might want to get you a bigger bowl.
Yeah, and we're gonna make a paste with this with water. So normally when they make this, they add the dry spices in the pot directly. But if you're not experienced enough, you could burn the spices. So I kind of like to do it when I give it to my cooks to make a paste so that the water keeps it at 100 degrees centigrade.
Bit of oil.
Cinnamon and green cardamom. So we're gonna bloom it. We strain the oil out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add the shallots in, cinnamon and green cardamom. Then gonna add the spice and then the garlic.
It smells incredible. The spices getting woken up by that oil.
Okay, now we're gonna add the garlic paste.
Huh?
And you want the fat to kind of separate out. Every single step you go along, you want to get the fat to separate out so you know the spices. You've let the water go and you've got a chance to cook the garlic.
When do we add the yogurt?
You're gonna add it now. And you want to stir it right away. It's gonna clump up.
This is starting to look familiar. I love how these dishes start out so strange and unfamiliar, and now it's starting to be able to picture this.
Goat shanks in this are the best. It's all about the layering of flavors.
Yeah.
The new food.
Chicken stock time?
Yeah.
About how much chicken stock are we adding?
I've got about 2 to 3 cups.
What's the final sort of...
I want it to be like this consistency, but I wanted to develop a little bit of flavor and cook out too.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna add a little bit more and just let it do its thing.
It's funny how normally oil floating or being separated would be undesirable in some cuisine, but this is intentional, so you have those 2 separate flavors.
Yeah. And you got to understand too is that the spices have oils, and you're trying to get the oil. So this oil has got all that flavor from the spices. So now we're gonna let this go.
And with the Rogan Josh reduced, our curries are complete and it's time to taste. We have 3 sauces here before us. Would you explain what each of these sauces means to you and how best to use them?
So chicken makhani, or butter chicken, is a dish from the north, and it's eaten with either paneer, or paneer and peas, or tandoori chicken. So you cook the tandoori chicken on the grill and you cook it in the sauce. And this is served by all the small roadside shacks or dhabas in the north. It's a very traditional dish and it's very simple. This is made mainly in the winters. This is a cucumber raita, which is normally accompanied by a lot of dishes in India. And it's yogurt. And I like to make variations of this. Sometimes put onion and tomato in there, sometimes put radish in there, sometimes daikon in there. I've even done an apple and walnut raita. And lastly is the rogan josh, which is traditionally made with lamb, and it's from the north of India. And I ate this when I was just graduated high school, made a trip to Kashmir. And I had this dish, which was incredibly unctuous and delicious.
Well, would it be blasphemous to eat these with some bread?
No, it wouldn't. It would be the right thing to do.
Let's do it. I'm going to start with the Rogan Josh here. Look at that oil.
I would go with this one.
So much spice, but like you said, layered.
Yeah.
It's not overwhelming. I can taste each of them, and I wonder which ones are coming through in the oil. Which one? I guess the cinnamon and the clove is coming through in the oil.
And the fennel.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's almost a licorice flavor. Try this. It's light, it's refreshing, and the freshly toasted cumin is so floral.
That with a piece of grilled meat, like a kebab, is perfect.
And last but not least, I did it last because I knew it was going to be my favorite.
Yeah.
All that cream and all that butter, but the spices are there. The honey That's a really nice touch. These are all fat.
And the heat from the serrano.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much for coming and helping me out, man. Really appreciate it.